Hello everyone, my name is Inês and today me and my classmate Beatriz will give you a small history lesson about the dispute between Germany and France, more specifically in the territories of Alsace and Moselle. I hope you enjoy it.
Alsace-Lorraine is a historical region located in France that includes the French departments of Haute-Rhine, Basse-Rhine and Moselle. Alsace-Lorraine was the name given to the territory ceded by France to Germany in 1871 after the Franco-German War. But let's start from the beginning. So, going back in time, on July of 1870, Napoleon III declared war on Prussia. However, the French armies were quickly defeated. After this, it was signed on May the Treaty of Frankfurt that made the territorial annexation official. Alsace and Moselle were handed over to Germany. This was the first annexation and it was legal since it was voted by the French National Assembly.
So now let's pass to the Great War. On 1914, Germany declared war on France. Since July, the Reichsland was already under a state of war. Basic freedoms were suppressed, public meetings forbidden, and press censored. Moselle and Alsace experienced terrible fighting. In the combat zones, there was a lot of misunderstanding. Alsatian and Moselle civilians were suspected by the belligerents, Frenchies for some, Prussians for others. In November 1918, the French troops entered Alsace and Moselle and were welcomed with enthusiasm. The Treaty of Versailles of June 28 on the 1919 reintegrated Alsace and Moselle into French territory.
On September 1939, the Germans invaded Poland. Immediately, France mobilized its troops. Total evacuation of the Alsace-Moselle border area over a distance of 10 kilometers is ordered. More than 600,000 Alsatians and Mosellans are forced to leave, taking with them the bare minimum, leaving behind their homes and possessions. The Germans soon occupied the three departments of Haute-Rhine, Basse-Rhine and the Moselle, and in July 1940 the Frankfurt border was reestablished.
The defranchisation intervened in all areas of daily life. The ban on speaking French, the disappearance of the French press, currency and stamps. The shop signs and street signs are Germanized, but also the names of towns and villages. The French statues were unbolded, the monuments to the dead were Germanized, and the associations were dissolved. Basically, any trace of attachment to France must disappear.
Despite the very hard repression, the population of these two territories showed its attachment to France. People kept speaking French, the tricolor flag was covertly hoisted, people did graffiti on the walls, and listened to 4 radios. Step by step, some resistance groups were created and organized.
The turning point of the war was reached when Paulus surrendered at Stalingrad on February 1943. The Great Witch was then launched into total war, and Alsace and the Moselle with it. The population is also suffering from Allied bombardments, which are destroying economic and military facilities. Pockets of resistance remained, and the liberty of the north of Alsace and Moselle happened at the end of March 1945.
Alsace and Moselle had not only been occupied but annexed by the Third Reich. Therefore, the war heavily affected them. 130,000 young men were forced to fight in the German army, and 30,000 of them died or went missing.
Nowadays, we can still see the vast culture and habits that not only the German but the French left in this territory. As students that were privileged to see this territory in person, we must state that this heritage embodies the tumultuous past of the territories, but also very important future prospects for Europe.